These are the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Minicon teams from Wave 1. We've got Road Handler and Swindler, Autobot team. Stormcloud and Visper, should have been Viper. Some reason it's Visper, doesn't even make sense. Decepticon team and another Autobot team, Topshot and Flak. And here's a look at the packaging. And as you can see, nice. This is the new packaging for the Generations toys. War for Cybertron. We've got a new trilogy starting off with Siege. We got Hasbro logos here. And this was a shock. Takara Tomy logos everywhere. So I guess that whole unification thing, just full throttle right now. Takara Tomy and Hasbro releasing the same figures, just differing in packaging. And here they are out of packaging, but first let me correct myself. They are not the Minibot team, like I mentioned earlier. They are Micromasters, as it says in the packaging, and as it should be. Back in G1, back in the 80s, early 90s, yeah, 80s, they were actually called Micromasters. This was the period in the history of Transformers where Hasbro started making their own Transformers with Headmasters, Target Masters, and whatnot. And as a kid, I actually had a couple of those sets, and here are some of them. I remember having this one, the Air Patrol, or Sky, what do you call this? Airstrike Patrol, Decepticons. And as you can see, there is Viper and Stormcloud, or Visper and Stormcloud. I do hope we get these other two. This one kind of looks like the Cobra Rattler. I hope we do get that, the Warthog, and the Tomcat. Interesting. And here is the Race Car Patrol, where we have these two, Road Handler and Swindler. And yeah, we had these as well. This we never had, the Construction Patrol. I thought this was cool. I don't think we had it. I never saw these in stores, actually. And then this one I had. I remember this was my set, the Monster Trucks Patrol. I thought it was pretty cool. I hope you do get them as well. This one, I definitely had this one. I brought it all along with me everywhere I went. This was the Off-Road Patrol. It was okay. And then Hot Rod Patrol, my brother had this. There you go, that's Big Daddy right there. I remember that. That was my favorite out of all the four. And finally, the Military Patrol. I never saw this one in stores, honestly. So I never had it. So that's that. And each of these figures, they come with very nice instruction sheets, actually. Very helpful. All right, they're actually a great update from the previous Micromasters. Micromasters had no articulation. They transformed pretty cool. They fit in your palm of your hand, bring them anywhere. They store it in your pocket. And these guys have improved articulation now. As you can see, they've got ball joints and hinges everywhere. And I'm really, really liking it. And out of all the sets, in robot mode, I think the Decepticons, Stormcloud and Visper, I think they're the best ones in robot mode. Not take anything away from these other guys, but the Race Car Patrol come in second, Military Patrol come in third. And it's not really because of the joints that they have. It's really because of the kibble that their limbs have that hinder or restrict articulation. But all in all, fantastic articulation. Let's see the detail of each one. Look at this one. Stormcloud, no hands, no fists or anything like that. That's forgivable. Visper, and you got Swindler, Road Handler. See that? Yeah, this was Swindler, and this is Road Handler. Very cool. Even the detail of the paint apps. I was surprised that they put a lot more paint than I thought they would. And then finally, the Military Patrol. We get Flak and Topshot. Look at Flak. This harkens so much to G1 and Topshot. Topshot probably has the worst kibble, which hinders a lot of articulation. But it's all well and good. Okay, now each figure has relatively the same articulation, except for Stormcloud here. He's the only one with elbows, which is because of transformation. They didn't give him hands, so I guess that compensates for that. Most of them have ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed hips, hinged knees. Most of them have hinged knees, and some have toe articulation or foot articulation. Topshot has a waist swivel, mainly because of transformation. Road Handler and Swindler, they both have waist articulation, mainly because of transformation into their weapon mode. So exactly how tall are these guys? They're about 2 inches tall, head to toe. And right there, about 2 inches tall. And it's the kibble that makes them seem a little bit taller. And let's start with a Titan Master, Power Master, or Prime Master, Headmaster. That's how tall one is. Minicon, a little taller than a Minicon. A Prime Master Pretender Shell, about the same height actually with the kibble. And back in the day, these were called Legends. Now they're called Legion class figures. So they're small, but they're not that small. Okay, so let's transform these Micromasters. Let's start with the Streetcar Patrol or the Race Car Autobots. Very, very basic transformation, as you'd expect from a Micromaster or a Minibot. You just put the arms together, legs together. This is how G1 toys transformed back in the day. Very, very simple. You didn't buy them for articulation. You bought them because they were just cool. They transformed really nicely. And they were a robot, then they're a car. There you go. It looks like a DeLorean. I mean, these cars were throwback to the 80s. Same thing with this one. I think out of the Race Car Patrol, the red one was my favorite. Swindler, I think. My brother had this. I had the Decepticons, and yeah, they had, my brothers had the Autobots. I had a couple of Autobots myself, so. But I remember the Race Car Patrol with my brothers. This kind of looks like a Corvette or a Firebird, I don't know. All right, so it's that. Topshot. You see the cannon right there. Transform. Oh. It does that a lot. I mean, they pop out a lot. The ball joints, that's okay. All right. Military, assault, cannon, truck. They actually roll very nicely. Scrape the ground a little bit, but yeah, it's fine. Am I doing this right? Yeah. All right. Flak. And the feet turn into the missile launchers. That's pretty cool. He has wheels. Finally, the Decepticon Airstrike Patrol. Let's start with Visper, or Viper, since he's the more straightforward one. Oop. It reminds me of the X-Men. Blackbird. He does the Lockheed Martin, I think, inspired this jet. Excuse me. Okay. Visper. And finally, Stormcloud. He's probably the most complex transformation, which very annoying, actually. I was, surprised. I thought I'd like his transformation. Back in the day, it was a very simple transformation. Just fold the legs, fold the arms together, and then fold the wings. That was it. Okay, you have to line up this hole in that peg because the feet are going to peg into that with great difficulty. So do this, and then bend this. And on my copy of the figure, the only pegs I can tab in are the smaller ones onto the arms, and that's it. The wings will not tab for some reason. I probably got a quality I don't know if it's common for all of the copies of this figure, but the wings will just not stay tabbed on. The best I can do is just tab. This one kind of does, but this one is hopeless. It will not forget it. The arms do tab into those pegs, but the wings they just won't. They just keep popping off, and then, like I said, hopeless. And it's a shame. That really ruins this figure a lot. I mean, it's great robot mode. The alt mode looks fantastic, as good as it gets, But the tab, just inaccurate engineering right there. So in vehicle mode, I think they all look great. I don't think one's better. I love the military vehicles. Probably, if you ask me, the weakest ones, it'll probably be the jets because of a lot of the undercarriage, the kibble underneath them. But the Autobots looking very nice, especially these race car patrol Autobot figures. So weapon mode time. Let's start with the race car patrol since I believe they're the weakest, the corniest weapons. As you can see, those will act as the blasters. The ones underneath their feet, the soles of their feet. So you just swivel the waist so that it looks like this, and then pop this peg out. That'll serve as a handle. It works as an individual weapon as it is, like yeah, whatever. And then do the same with this guy. There you go, instant car cannon. And then you pop this one out, and they'll work individually as guns, but if you put them together, I'll take one, put this one right here. Yeah, it's corny. This is like the combined mode, like a double cannon weapon, and it's a 5mm peg that will fit in any 5mm peg hole. So that's the double-barreled cannon. Onto the jets. Let's start with Stormcloud. You do this, and that reveals a little bit of a barrel right there, like a handle. And then this guy just kind of just plugs in right here. Okay, stick out that peg right there, and individually they could be weapons on their own. Like this one could be like a flail, or not flail, but like an axe. This one's like a sword, but combined they form the laser sword. No, I'm kidding. You should fit nicely like that. That's like a big jet blade sword, I suppose. So interesting. And finally, the military patrol, or military Autobots. I think this is the most interesting weapon. out of all the 3 sets. So you do this, and don't do that. Okay, and then fold that out like that. Okay, then I'm gonna swivel these out right there, and then rotate the waist piece like that, and fold these guys back. Look at this, looking good. Okay, and then that's it. That is weapon mode, and on its own, again, it'll work like a tricorder or a scanner or whatever, 5mm pack like that. Onto flak, feed like this, and then this one. Okay, stick this one out, and that's it. On its own, I don't know, it's like a missile launcher. Can an Autobot hold this? I don't know. Just hold it like this. But combined together, they form this big, giant cannon. It's like a railgun. No, it's like a huge missile launcher. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think this one's the best. In robot mode, Decepticons are the best. In alt mode, the race car Autobots are the best. So, final thoughts on these Micromasters Generations figures. They're actually pretty good. They're all going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. They're a refreshing new take at the Micromasters we've had way back in G1. I love these weaponizers type of gimmick that Hasbro has brought just to give a new take on these Micromasters. They're not just transforming small transformers, they actually become weapons. I like that. I think Hasbro and Takara Tomy has done a good job with these, and I'm really hoping we get more of them. We get the other Micromasters we got back in the 80s. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Micromasters, Decepticons and Autobots, Stormcloud and Visper, Road Handler and Swindler, Topshot and Flak. Thanks for watching.